Jack, in the book, one of my favorite parts was when you discussed the myths of management. Can you talk a little bit about that and what you found to be some of the myths that managers and even CEOs fall into?
I think it's a great question, but maybe I should tell you what the origination behind that, and that was the fact that I went to work in the 60s, and anybody that ever wrote a book or anybody that came up with a practice, I was in a Fortune 500 company, and if a Fortune 500 company had adopted a new practice, it was almost as if you had a leadster mentality that everybody else would follow that, and then we would put these things in, and then we would put these leadership practices in, and we'd turn to people and say, if you do this, it'll change your life forever. I can't tell you the number. Well, the response from the people on the shop floor was always, don't look at it. 6 months from now, there's going to be a new flavor of the month. Downstairs is a museum of all these past practices, okay? I mean, I was the generation that had management by objectives. I mean, I had gone to a class on management by objectives, and at the end of the class, I was walking by Walgreens, and a Business Week magazine had a tombstone of MBO on the front cover of Business Week. Okay, that's a perfect example of how many different styles and how many different, thought processes we had. I mean, I think there's like 4 simple things that have come out in the past that I've really kind of taken away from thought leaders. One is the whole difficulty of strategic thinking, all right? And I don't think any one person can actually do the strategic thinking of the company. The other concept is the whole idea of talent development, all right? That is incredible. And so why not build a system, a pattern that's constantly developing talent? And what better way than to teach them business consistently on a repeatable basis, because repetition is what creates culture. And so what we began to use was the great game of business as a new way of leading, eliminating the myths, teaching reality, which is really, really hard to teach, okay? Not making up all these falsehoods or chasing rainbows, getting boots on the ground, people having the opportunity to grab the brass ring and seeing the differences that we have. So we changed the way we manage. We changed the way we led, all right? And so what we now try to do is we try to play the game, okay? And the game is the leadership tool. The game is the management tool. The game manages us. We don't manage people.